Miss Patsy. How are you?
Hello, I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. I'm doing wonderful. Enjoying this Sunday. How about you?
Wonderful. Had a great time at church today. And
Okay.
so it was a good day. It's always
What is
good
your
to start off with the Lord.
message was good?
Yes, like Bishop Davis came and visited a church here in Savannah. So me and Karan went to go see Bishop Davis. So
Wow.
yay.
I
A
love
little
me
bit of
some
Detroit.
Bishop Davis.
Yes, yes.
Like they were forever, we all go back like babies and pacifiers. So they
That's
will
right.
all he will always be one of my favorites, one of my favorites. And
All the way to Nevada in Detroit.
yes. And the church I attend, we are kind of like under their umbrellas. So
Yeah.
we get the
Mm-hmm.
extended version.
Yeah.
So, everybody, if you are joining in with us today, we have Miss Patsy Herndon with us today. And I'm so glad that she joined us. If you have been here before, she is absolutely no stranger to All the Way There podcast.
Yes.
When I tell you, you have literally been on this podcast in every season of it.
Yes.
Literally.
My pleasure.
Literally, like when
Yeah.
when there was 3 to 2 to 1. So
Yes.
I appreciate you always coming back and
Yes.
showing us your love and support. Like that really, really means a lot to me.
Absolutely.
And for people who don't know, we also went to high school together and middle school together,
Yes.
church together. So we
Yes.
have a pretty extensive background. So I just
Right.
appreciate it.
Yes.
Um, so today we're going to be talking about mask on and mask
Mhm.
off.
Yes.
And I am really going to allow Patsy, like you guys saw the promo where I was like on the red couch and the
Hmm.
counselor is talking to me. And I hope that you all can find something in this podcast for yourself because sometimes we get stuck in these situations and we're constantly just wondering, like, I feel like I did the work. I feel
Yeah.
like, how did I end up back here?
Hmm.
So today we're going to talk about it.
Let's talk
So
about it.
let's talk about it. So, as we say, Patsy, where are we going today?
We are going all the way there.
We're going all the way there,
All
literally.
the way.
Be right
Where are
back.
we going today? All the way there.
Patsy, hey. So,
Uh-huh.
everybody, listen. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous because I am actually going to be extremely transparent today and talk
Mhm.
about some things, but it is really for the betterment of other people. If you face or have if you're trying to heal and have been through some broken relationships, have been
Yeah.
through some things, it is really time for us to get our minds and our aligned with what we feel like we're doing on the
Mhm.
inside because something is clearly
Yes.
not whole there.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's a better way of putting it because I know people don't like to look at themselves as not being whole, but in a sense, that's kind of what it is.
Hmm.
Um, but I just want to go back because in if any relationship, if
Hmm.
it's not working, you should want to question what did I do to contribute to that.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
even if it was something that it was not preventable. But let's start off by you introducing yourself and then we'll go into the
Yeah.
icebreaker.
Well, I'm Patsy Herndon. I am a licensed professional counselor, a certified professional counselor supervisor, and a national certified counselor. I have plenty of years of experience. I'm licensed in 4 states. I've worked with all populations, their
Nice.
ages. So, yeah, the mask on is the average person that we see in therapy. Until
Mm,
they get tired, that mask become too heavy, or people in their arena say that mask is too much and I need to see your eyes. That's when they're
exactly.
coming for help.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that sometimes we wait for that, but I think mentally we think we can do it on our own. And then you just realize that wait, this is above me.
Yes. Yes.
This is above me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And most of the time we think that we can do it on our own because we just think we human nature, and especially people that have compassion and empathy, we always think we can fix it. Just
That.
if I shift, it'll shift them. And
Mm,
this is beyond intimate relationships. This is
mm-hmm.
platonic relationships as
Mm-hmm.
well. That we'll go in that direction and just if I fix it, if they buy them another bigger birthday gift, let me plan another bigger birthday party. Maybe that'll fix it. And it's like,
Yeah. Maybe
no,
if I just
ma'am.
don't say anything this time, I just keep my
Yes,
mouth closed.
yes,
But
ma'am.
I'm gonna tell you, you would get tired of keeping your mouth closed too.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a person. The first thing I always do with my patients, no matter what diagnosis they have, we start off with identifying your boundaries.
Mm,
And then we go with what is your barrier of
mm,
enforcing those boundaries?
absolutely.
Because
That's
with no
good.
boundaries, I mean, if you didn't have a gate to keep your flowers, your plants, your garden safe, every
Mm-hmm.
creditor is going to come eat that. So
Absolutely.
if you don't put a protector around you,
That's
every
good.
predator can come eat and destroy it.
That's
So we got to have
good
boundaries.
to keep them predators out. Now y'all heard that. So listen, we have. I'm gonna play this video by this guy. His name is Brock Sager, and if you ever follow his channel, he is always doing these videos with God, and God talking to him, and he's kind of comical at the same time. So I'm gonna play this first, and this is gonna be the icebreaker, so you guys kind of can tune in. So here we go.
Bye. I'll text you when I get home. Wow, she is amazing. All right, Lord, let's get this prayer over and done with.
Boy, you know what I'm about to tell you.
Dear Lord, Heavenly Father, God, I just thank you so much for just blessing me with her and, Father, sending her my way.
Man, I didn't send nobody your way. You're in a season of singleness, so stay single.
Lord, I thank you for
What,
just
did you
preparing
just
me
cut me
for
off?
a relationship. And, Lord, I just ask that you just guide the both of us, just guide both me and her.
Nah, son, I'm about to guide you away from her. She is not the one for you. What are you doing?
Lord, I know my heart can be
This boy
deceitful
got
at
hearing
times.
problems
And,
now, okay?
Father, I just ask that your will be done and not mine.
My will be done?
And,
Okay, watch
Father,
this.
if she is not the one for me.
Do you want to keep trying me? Like, you let me know.
Okay, Father, I get it.
So listen, when
So
God
true. That is so true. So
when God
true.
continually send us signs,
Mhm.
and we want to ignore
Mhm.
them
Yes,
because
ma'am.
for whatever reason, okay? So I
Hmm.
can only be transparent about my own. You guys probably have your own reasons, okay?
Right.
But for me, I'm getting older,
Mhm.
you know. I'm like it should be my time, you know.
Mhm.
This person appeared to go to church. They
Right.
appeared to be this, and I'm like, okay, well, they don't mark all the boxes, but if there's 20 of the boxes on the paper, they might
Hmm.
mark 16. And that's better than, the past,
Yes.
okay?
Hmm.
So for me, I was looking at those things instead of where that scripture says you try the spirit by the spirit, because
Right.
these people can be politically correct in doing these things,
Hmm.
but aren't necessarily, it's not in their life.
Right.
But you
Their heart.
ignore some of these things, yes, but you
Hmm.
ignore some of these things. So like that, as we did for the for the icebreaker, we go to God in prayer, and the prayer being with good intentions, but
That's
how
right.
much are we listening? I
Hmm.
don't know. How many
Hmm.
people end up in your office like that?
Well, a lot of people end up in my office like that on my video or on my phone that we're making justifications.
Mm.
stating that, well, they like that because, and I know in African American community we have some things, some people, the society don't treat us as equal. However,
Yes.
because they're a black male and they don't didn't get a fair chance, or because they this and they that, they come to me with excuses, justifying
Mm.
the behavior. But I have a patient right now. I'm trying to work with her on why are you justifying the
Mm.
behavior. Although they see it all there, why are you justifying? Why are you giving a person a right to treat you like that? That's because you don't know how I should be treated. And
Mm.
if you do know how you be treated, you don't know why I'm allowing it to do that. So we got to break that down. And just as you said, your reason was I'm getting older. Well, it's
Mhm.
16, it's not 20. Oh, I'll take it. But the thing about it is, your why is from the platform or not to offend anything, Keela, at all.
No, because
Loneliness.
that's what we said. We're gonna be open on
But
this show. Now, y'all don't throw no daggers at me. Only she allowed. Okay, but but yes,
but it came
that's what
from
we're here.
the platform of loneliness
Mhm.
and fear.
Mhm.
I'm afraid if this is not it, it's never going to happen. And so
Mhm.
we remove our boundaries, we alter our boundaries to fit what's presented before us because we are afraid that this is it.
Mhm.
And it's, oh, and I don't want to date anymore. It's crazy out there. People crazy. How do I meet people? But we have to recognize that our values and our core values and our boundaries are way more valuable than the fear factor that I just might be alone
Right.
in singleness, but not really alone. But I just may be that. How
I
can
just
I
might.
make that wonderful in my life?
And I think that's what the grip we have to come to terms with. And it's unfortunate that this last situation is what brought me to that place. Because now
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a place where if this just doesn't happen, I would rather have my peace than to know what I had to endure behind closed doors. And that's why
Absolutely.
it was called mask on, mask off, because now I'm in this position and I'm so grateful for the friends. And I'm not going to cry on this podcast, but I'm so grateful for the friends who personally know me and were saying,
Mhm.
like, girl, you know good well you don't deserve that. You know that.
That's right.
You know you
That's
don't
right.
deserve that. And um even the friends who just like at the moment's notice, like when they found out, they like, okay, that's it. We doing this and we doing that and this
That's
is gonna be
right.
done. And I
Mhm.
appreciate each and every one of them because sometimes you just get I'm gonna tell you, this thing sent me into a tailspin. Okay, it
Mhm.
really sent me into a tailspin. It really started making me question myself. Like, I know who I am. Like, why am I tripping? Why am I
Mm.
allowing this to happen? I know who I am in God. I know who God created me to be. I feel like I have done the work on the inside. And once again, like we'll go back to what you said. The fear of, okay, this came, maybe it won't happen
Mhm.
maybe this is
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Um, allowing the enemy to kind of come in and make those lightweight suggestions and then me playing on them. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I, in the beginning, because I wanted to kind of go over some things, I'm going to read a comment. So Nisi says, sometimes you have to look at the unchecked boxes more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And many times
Girl.
we ignore those unX boxes, and we try to demean those boxes. Those boxes was
Yes.
there for a reason.
Absolutely. And yeah, because now you're just like, well, it's 16 and not 20. So
Mhm.
okay, that's better, but she is absolutely right. You do have to look at that. Hello, Kendra.
Hi,
My
Kendra.
mom says, wait a minute, that video is true. We are talking at the same time God is talking. We have to listen.
Absolutely.
And when I tell y'all God was throwing darts at me, I know I make jokes about this, but this is a real true story. When I'm saying this, It's funny, but it's true. I said a prayer and I'm driving down the street, okay? A truck, a 18 wheeler drives past, and whatever the company was for the truck, it said no. Like it answered my question
Mm,
to what I was saying. I'm thinking,
mm.
that's weird. I just kept driving. Like that's kind of how
Yeah,
God
yeah,
talks to you. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
he's putting all of this stuff in
Mhm.
front of you. Um, and so Kendra says, yes, establishing and maintaining boundaries are essential. Do not betray yourself by erasing your boundaries. And I think that is where we play a big part because sometimes people think that that's just compromising.
Mm-mm. So
When
can I want to talk a little bit about, you said a little bit ago, the mask
yeah.
and why are we wearing the mask, right?
Mhm.
We have to also recognize, what are we covering up?
Mm.
What is behind that mask that we have to keep covered? If you ever notice in relationships, and this is to be aware for anybody that try to get into a relationship and move so fast, it's because it's a lot behind that mask that they don't want you to see. But by the time the mask come off, you're so intertwined, it's hard for
Girl.
you to break free.
Mhm.
So what are we covering up? And that's for anybody. What are we covering up behind that mask that we have on? Am I covering up? And everybody want to say insecurities, but let's go deeper than that. Let's peel the
Yes.
onion back. What else are we covering up? Are we covering up that I'm hurt because my dad wasn't in my life? Am I hurt because my
Mhm.
mom betrayed me? Am I hurt because
Mhm.
I don't think I'm as smart as everybody else. And so everybody told me when I was a kid that I'm dumb and stupid and jump out of school,
Mm.
that I'm nothing. What
Mhm.
am I really covering up in that mask? And without dealing with that, all you're gonna do is take that mask off and put it back on.
Right. How do one come into grips with even learning that that's an issue? Like how do you find that out?
So a lot of times, this is what I tell people to do. Always do your why until it's no more whys to mark.
Mhm.
Okay, I accepted, such as I accepted this person in my life, knowing that this person don't pay bills, knowing that this person have 5 other kids that they're not taking care of, and I'm having another child with that person, or
Right.
knowing for the male perspective, knowing that she always asks for money and she's always been the person that's been a dependent for all the people she's dated. Why am I allowing that?
Right. That's good.
Why do I feel good only in the space of saving somebody?
Mhm.
Why don't I feel good when someone is equivalent to me? Like, you ask those questions. And sometimes we have to recognize that childhood plays a role in a lot of this. And
Mhm.
then as we grow up and get into those relationships, it's platonic or intimate, that start
Mhm.
adding to it as well. And we need to start recognizing that the snowball didn't come big just one day. That
Right.
snowball came
It's
big
been
from years.
rolling.
That's
Yep, it's
right.
been rolling. And I think sometime when you finally reach that breaking point where you say, "Look, I know good and well I'm worth way more than this."
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
I don't care what you think I'm worth, but this right here, I don't deserve. And then finally, the
That's right.
embarrassment part comes to grips when you have to go to these
Yes.
people because you didn't talk about this person bad, okay?
That's
So
right.
when you come to this people, they're like, "What? Like
Mm-hmm.
you made it seem like things were good." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
that's the humiliation part, the
Yeah.
embarrassment part that you come to grips with. And so I appreciate the people who are just like, girl, don't be embarrassed. Just keep on moving. Just keep on
Right.
moving.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
sometime you do. Now, Erin has a question for you. Is it possible to be at a peaceful state and never have a companionship? Never have companionship.
Absolutely. That's when you where you want to get in life. You want to
Mm-hmm.
get in life that you have learned to appreciate and value you as a person. A lot of times, the average person is not at that space when they start inviting people into their lives. And that person
Mm-hmm.
can alter what you should be to what they think you should be because you really haven't gotten total, complete peace with who you really are. And you know how you say that you like this is not who I like. This is not what I do.
Yeah.
I didn't drink like that. I didn't go
Right.
hanging out 7 days a week. How did I get here? Because you are just trying to find your way because you have lost you. The little bit you knew
Mm-hmm.
of yourself got totally drowned it in this
Mm-hmm.
ocean of this person. And now we got to go back and redefine us and like, oh my God, oh wow, I used to like sitting and reading. Oh my gosh, I
Right.
haven't done this in
Right.
so long. So
And
yes,
I
absolutely.
And I think that's where the acceptance of so many things come in, where you know good and well you wouldn't have put up with that. Or why am
Mm-hmm.
I settling to be this when I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm so much more or
Yeah.
whatever? Because, yeah, that's interesting. Now, Paige has an interesting comment. Some people will definitely love bomb with hopes to deflect their deficiencies. And that's exactly what happened. And you know what's amazing is I look back and I actually sent this person an article about love bombing. So let me tell
Mm-hmm.
y'all how much the Holy Spirit was with me, y'all. Now, like I said, nobody's allowed to throw daggers at me except
Mm-hmm.
the licensed therapist, okay? But I sent an article and I said, "Do you know anything about love bombing?" And
Mm-hmm.
then they responded back like, "Yeah, you're right. It would kind of appear that way, but this is just how I feel about you." God was like, "Look, girl,
Take the blinders off.
now I didn't told you. I'm giving you all of these blueprints, and you
Mm-hmm.
just keep like erasing them and
Mm-hmm.
redrawing them."
Mm-hmm.
And it was so many times where God was speaking out to me, like even through people, like people just saying, who don't even know, okay, don't even know the
Right.
situation. I just,
Right.
I don't know. You just seem like you look, long as you happy, but
Right.
you know
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful because some of those things never left in my head. um and to answer Aaron's question, Nisi says, "This is the stage I am living now, and I'm having the time of my life."
Absolutely. Can we explain love bombing? Because not everybody know what love bombing is.
Yes, please
Okay.
explain it.
So love bombing is somebody, therapeutically, it's more of a personality disorder individual, such as a borderline. It could be a narcissistic person um, that kind of behaves to the point that when they feel like they're losing power, they're losing control over you, they come and do something to gain your trust, to
Mm-hmm.
gain their control back. For example, if they just told you, girl, I just didn't flirted with that girl, but then they come back and say, well, you know what? It's she could never match up with you. You are amazing.
Right.
You are lovely. I could imagine my life without you. Life could not go on without you. To just draw their control and power back in to
Right.
go back to treating you like crap again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They do this a lot, and they make you compare yourself to. Their goal is to make you compare yourself to other people, to for you to have no confidence, and you try to be everything he say or she says, because it goes both ways,
Mm-hmm.
that they are looking at. So I've watched a podcast from a girl, and y'all probably seen it, that was married to a narcissistic that was having sex with many other women. They had
Yes.
kids together, and she changed exactly everything. She seen he would make her watch people he has had sex with for her to
Mm.
implement it. For her, he don't have to tell her to implement it, but in her mind, because he had so much control over her,
Right.
she felt like,
Right.
I need to do that. She cut her hair off to look like some people. Yep, that was it. That exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Cut her hair off to look like certain people, dressing like other people, for him to say, okay, now I want you. But that person is so unhappy with themselves. You're trying to satisfy somebody that don't even know what they need to be satisfied. So you're
Mm.
going to be trying to create something that it would never ever exist, and that's what makes you, as that person is trying to be that savior, frustrated, totally miserable because you're striving for something that is never feasible.
Right. Because you can't make them happy.
No,
Yeah,
no.
because just like we were saying off the grid, the goalpost is forever moving.
Yes.
Like they'll tell you it's this one day, and then you're like, okay, and then they're like, well, I didn't tell you to do that. And another way love bombing happens is they'll continually buy you these gifts. They're
Oh,
trying to monopolize
yeah.
all your time. I just only want to be with you, and oh, I could just see in the future we gonna have this future together, and they really just selling you dreams and fantasies and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
whatever. Really, that's really what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
until their mask comes off, because eventually their mask comes off too, which is funny because in the very beginning of the relationship they're wearing a mask, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
you are being who you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is me. I'm this person. I'm a giver. I'm going to be here. Oh, that's okay. You got all your little pep talks, and you got it. But eventually that gets on their nerve. So everything that they tell you that they were attracted to you for eventually becomes the very thing that they hate about you. You know what I'm saying? So now,
Well, wait a minute. Do they really hate it about you? But they want you to believe they hate it about you,
that's
so they
good.
can
That's
keep
good.
getting, because they love people that have extreme empathy and compassion, because they need that.
Mm,
They need that constant validation. They need that constant, you're wonderful, you're great, you're the king of the castle.
they
They
need it.
need
It's
that. That's their self-worth, right?
mm-hmm.
So they make you want to think that that's getting on their nerves. I don't need nobody to be saying that to me. But no, that's the air they breathe. That's what they need. Because they can't get you to think that you have that much power
That is
over
so
them.
crazy. I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. Let me tell y'all. And Patsy, I went down a rabbit hole trying to figure this stuff out. And it was some days where I would have to tell her, like, Patsy, I'm sorry for keep sending you all of this stuff. Like, I need to remember this. I want to remember this for when we talk about it,
Yeah.
because I needed to understand that how can a person just be so dark and so evil? Like, are they aware? Is there a playbook for this? Like, how does this happen for a person to just become so manipulative, so evil, so strategic? How does that happen?
So narcissistic is obviously a personality disorder, which means it's a
Okay.
personality. There's no cure for it. All
Mm.
you can do, the best therapy or the best treatment for it is medication and therapy to teach you how to have appropriate coping skills to become more aware. I had a client that was a narcissistic. He was married, and his wife was like, after many, many years, she was like, peace out. And he was like, oh no, I can't have peace out. So he decided to go to therapy. And the therapist told the wife, she was guiding her through getting her level of advocacy back and her boundaries
Mm.
back. Don't give him a right to overstep your boundaries.
That's
And
right.
so he was learning how to be empathetic towards people. He don't know how to do it. It's not natural to him. So every time he did something, even if it was cooking breakfast, he had to ask himself, is this to benefit me or is this to benefit someone else? And if it
Mm.
was to benefit someone, for him, he couldn't do it. It was
Mm.
like intentionally. That's what he had to do every day because he don't naturally have empathy. They can hurt people and
And
don't
don't
care
care. And that's
because they
another
don't have it.
thing that I saw. It was almost unreal because the average person, even if they meant what they said, they'd be like, well, I'm not trying to hurt you like that. Like, I don't want to see you
Mhm.
cry. I just wanted to tell you. They just sit there and look at you like,
Why are you crying?
yeah, so you crying, you
Yeah,
over, you ready to go eat.
right.
And you like,
Exactly.
okay, this ain't normal. This is
Hmm.
not normal.
Yeah.
But Vern says, like Pastor Mary J says, how can I love somebody else when I can't love myself enough to know when it's time to let go? I just really want to be happy. That is the real truth. I
That is.
mean, it's
Well,
Mary J, but
that's so true, and that's why I say we have to, like you said, that in the beginning, your mask is off and that narcissistic mask is on.
and
So
then
we
toward
have
the
to,
end it
yeah,
switches.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. We have to be true to ourselves and look ourselves in the mirror. Is our
Absolutely.
mask really off?
Mm.
Have
Mm.
we really acknowledged that I'm afraid? I'm
Mm-hmm.
fearful. I have insecurities. I am trying to please a image from society or a family image, family expectations. And this might could get me there. Do we really have our mask off?
That's good. I think in an aspect, you are absolutely right because those are things you haven't tapped into until now that I'm sitting in front of you. But as
Mm-hmm.
far as me being myself,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I had my mask off. But then as things are getting reeled in, now you're right because the mask is I'm trying to compensate
Yeah.
for okay, I gotta do maybe I need to switch up because
Yeah.
I'm not trying to lose this. I mean, and people gonna be like, she can't keep a relationship. They're gonna be like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
she finally brought somebody out on Facebook and now where he at? You know, she must be
Mm-hmm.
her. Must be her. She
Mm-hmm.
must be the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yep.
just gonna be realistic here and that's exactly what you think. So then you go through it and then it's
Mm-hmm.
almost kind of like, oh my God, now I have to face this. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's like till you get to the breaking point and just say, look, at this point, I don't care what people think,
That's
even
right.
though deep down on the inside, you're like, oh God, people gonna be asking me questions, you know. I
Mm-hmm.
would, but at the
Right.
end of the day, your mental health
It's
is
more
so much more important. Like I
important.
felt like I was losing myself, like my mind. Like it was a mind. It's a lot of mind games. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And it's so depressing. It's so stressful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be honest. I was telling my mom I had went to the doctor and I was having these heart palpitations and it
Yep.
was beating. I'm talking about extremely fast, right? So my
Panic attacks.
doctor is asking me, you know, well, like, are you got any other additional things happening? You know, we're gonna give you a stress test. So they give me a stress test, and the doctor's like, you got a perfectly good heart. You know, like, are
Mm-hmm.
you in school? I'm so this is me now. I'm justifying. I'm in school and I'm doing a podcast and you know, not putting this person in the equation. And then
Mm-hmm.
I get to thinking about it and I'm like, every day I'm arguing, every day I'm defending myself, every day I'm try to prove that's not what I said. I didn't say
Right.
that. You scrambling my words. Then it got to the
Yep.
point where I started writing down what I was saying so I could be able to repeat it back. Now that's when you know it's bad, y'all. When you got to
It's too
start
bad.
writing
It's too
down
much.
stuff, I'm like, okay, no, I
Mm-hmm.
know I said this because I wrote it. I literally wrote it down.
Yeah.
And then even when you point that out, they're like, so what? It don't matter what you wrote. And then it switches again. So the heart, I was having panic attacks.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
didn't know that.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
it came from the relationship.
Yep.
It's
Exactly.
crazy.
And so when you said that was first of all, let's just say panic attacks from the relationship, that's too much. That's when we
Mm-hmm.
got to step in because your mental health is more important than what people think about you. Because then we
Absolutely.
all have a level of pleasing people. But when you're
Mm-hmm.
saying that you're every day you're trying to prove yourself, prove what he said or what you said.
Mm-hmm.
No, every day you're trying to prove to him, take me, I'm good enough
That's the
without
part.
even doing it. Right?
Right.
You're like, no,
Right.
no, no, I'm not. But yes, you are.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, I'm proving to you that I'm the one. Choose me, choose me, choose me.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are basically they interviewing you for like 20, 30 years if you allow them.
That's a
If
good
you
way of
allow
putting it.
if you allow them. Because all they would never, ever, ever, ever take accountability. They will always put blame back on you. So you trying to say, oh yeah, that was right. I shouldn't have said that. So you're trying to prove next day, okay, yeah, I belong here. I'm not gonna say that no more. I don't do that anymore. Okay. Oh, you
Right.
need to lose 10 pounds because who I seen had a flat stomach. Oh, okay. So I've been working out, I've been eating right, my stomach flat. Oh, okay. Well, you always everything is back on you. If you'd have did that, I wouldn't have looked at her. If you'd have did this, I wouldn't have been calling her at 12 midnight. So
Mm.
you are trying to prove daily, I belong here because they never take accountability. They're always the victim,
Always.
and that everybody else is the perpetrators.
So
But
they are
it's so
either the
wise.
hero. Go ahead, finish your
Yep,
thought.
the hero of their no, they're the hero of their own story always.
Yeah,
They're
they
the
are
hero
always
or
the
the
heroes.
victim or the victims.
They or the victim. So
Yeah,
that's
never the
crazy. So
perpetrator.
Kendra says, did I read this already? Thank you for
Uh-uh.
sharing your full transparency. It takes courage to share, and you are helping to answer questions that others have but are unspoken.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very difficult. And I was telling Patsy at first, I was like, what I wanted to do it at first, I was like, I better not do this show right now because I might still be mad and say some stuff I don't want to say. But now I feel like God has put me on this speed track. And when I say speed track, I'm not saying like fully healed, but I definitely could be going through a lot more than what I've been going through. He definitely have placed the right people in my circles,
Hmm.
and I'm so grateful for that. And that is extremely important as well,
Absolutely.
for people to have the right people. It's already there, and she's probably was responding to something we said. Are people born like this, or is this a learned behavior, demonically driven? What is it?
So let's just say this. Um, Personality scientifically would say you're born that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, also trauma can lead to that type of behavior.
Mm-hmm.
If you have had excessive trauma back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth throughout your life, you gain defense mechanisms. Contrary if they're healthy or unhealthy, you gain defense mechanism, and you will start not caring about
Mm-hmm.
how you interact or how you behave with other people, because all you're thinking about right now is I don't want to hurt no more. I can't hurt
Mm-hmm.
anymore. You numb yourself. That's why numbness is the most dangerous place
It
a
is.
person can be in, because you can hurt people and do not care. And that's where they get after so much trauma. But for the most part, the personality, you're born that way.
Mm.
Demonic.
I
People
would
that go
definitely.
around hurting people, yeah, I would say yes, yes,
It's
ma'am.
definitely some demonic
Yes.
activity involved.
But that's why we as human beings, we really got to work on ourselves
Mm-hmm.
before we integrate people in our lives. I always said this, and I said it in your other podcast. Every relationship is built on another relationships. The
Mm-hmm.
relationship you start to learn to have with your parents and your siblings teach you how to have a relationship with your friends. The relationship you
Absolutely.
have with your friends teach you how to have a relationship with intimacy. But
Mm-hmm.
when we have unhealthy interactions
Mm-hmm.
and engagement with parents and siblings and friends, how in the heck we think we're gonna have a good one with intimate?
Absolutely. And another question I have for you. Oh, and I'm gonna read Crystal's first before I say this question. Keela, your body was telling you this is not it. Hate you had to go through that. I hate it. It happens too many. It happens to so many. It
There's so
definitely
many.
does. And I just learned that your body responds to way like to just the tense, just
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know those things until most recently. That your
Mm.
body is telling you,
Yeah.
is how your body
Mhm.
responds. But I have learned that, I this person just continually kept telling me, you're so insecure, you're so insecure, you're so insecure. And I'm thinking like I'm not even insecure. Like I'm not, well, not on that level that they were trying to make me.
Yeah.
I understand the level that you said, some of the insecurities with not
Mm-hmm.
wanting with why I was accepting things, but
Yes.
not the way that they were trying to make me
Yeah.
insecure when it
Mm-hmm.
came to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But those were like the conditioning parts of the relationship, trying to condition me to like
Mm-hmm.
accept some of the things that they were doing that they knew that was not right. So I'm like,
Right.
wait, this is not right. I literally had called a friend. I had went out of town, and guys, I had went out of town, and I called one of my friends from a bathroom, okay? And I'm bawling. Now this is like maybe 6, 7 months into the relationship. And my friend is like, I'm like, this is not normal. This is not normal. I hang up the phone. Well, we talk. We hang
Mm-hmm.
up the phone, go back, things go back to lightweight normal. Cause one of the things is they
Mm-hmm.
pretend like nothing happened. Okay.
Yep.
They pretend like
Mm-hmm.
nothing happened. And so you can continually not argue. You fall into line. And
Yeah.
that's not normal
Mm-hmm.
either. Okay. Because
No.
now we have this happening and we still haven't talked about what just happened. Okay. After I finally said it was all said and done, and my friend said, you called me from that bathroom, and I just started praying because I never heard you cry like that.
Mm.
I've never heard you cry like that. And all you kept saying in the phone is, this is not normal. This is not normal. And
Mm-hmm.
when I called you to check on you, you were just like, we're good. Blah, blah, blah. I shouldn't have brought you in it, which I did, because that's what I said to the person. I shouldn't have brought you in it. I'm sorry I called you. And they're like, no, don't be sorry, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think back about that because I had completely tossed that out my mind.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
until they reminded me that happened, I forgot that it happened.
Yep. And
Like,
that's
what is that?
normal. See, that's when they're deflecting back on you. They always make the problem about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you came back and he said that, because what we do when we allow them to make the problem about us, we tell ourselves that your feelings is not valuable.
Yeah.
Your voice isn't valuable. Your needs are not valuable in this relationship. That's why it's so, as you heal, and I know we'll get to that, but as you heal from a narcissistic relationship, the first thing you have to do is get boundaries. Protect
Mm-hmm.
those boundaries. Because guess what that tells yourself? That tells
Mm-hmm.
you that I'm valued. What I think
Mm.
is valuable. And other people have to respect what I think. Other people have to respect my needs. Other people have to respect my wants. That's the first thing. But what you do when you allow them to do that, you're saying that, oh, you're not important. You're
Mm.
not valued. Only important person in this relationship is him or her,
Absolutely.
whomever that person is.
Mm-hmm.
So don't ever let people put ownership on you that you know is not yours to handle. Give
Mm-hmm.
it back to them and let them fix it.
That, and that's what I'm going to be doing a lot more often, guys. So now I feel like it's a meme that's what's going around that said, I feel so healed now I don't like nobody.
Mm.
Like I get the
Hmm.
joke that they were
Right,
saying
but it's
because
so true.
now you
Mm.
like, oh my god, I just don't even want to be bothered. Like I was telling Patsy off the grid, I've had a couple of guys ask me out, and for the first time ever in life, I'm just like, you know what? No,
Right.
no, I'm
Mm.
good. Like I really need some time to
Absolutely.
myself because I am still y'all, I am still processing this. Like it is literally like when I tell you, you know how like you flip a coin, that and the coin is just spinning and then it
Hmm.
finally starts to like leveling out on the table or the floor or whatever, and then finally
Hmm.
it stops rolling and you like, what the heck just happened?
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly. The whirlwind. We in the therapeutic world, we always say when we dealing with personality disorder, we dealing with borderline narcissistic, you got to know what you're dealing with because if not, you will leave that therapy session drained and you feel
Yes.
like you done crawled up a wall and back down because they will take you there.
Right.
They want to make sure that they look like they're the unique person that the average person, you say that work for the average person, don't work for me. You said that about, nope, that's not for me. They will run you up a wall, but you gotta know what you're dealing with. You gotta be mindful of those warning signs. I'm not saying you don't want anybody that's super nice and attentive to you,
Right. Right. Right.
but be mindful of someone that's an adult that got
Mm-hmm.
all the time in the world for you. It's like
And
absolutely not. I know you got
and
to
for
work. I know you
and
got
for
kids.
social media and for what, yeah, because like what you doing? We grown. Like what,
That's right.
why you don't have, I don't understand. So
Yeah,
you are absolutely
and
right.
that friendships. Watch out for friendships. If you don't have a lot of friends, or we was friends, but then we couldn't be friends. We was friends, but we're
Yes,
not friends. That's a warning sign. And when they
it
start
is.
to isolate you from your friends, your support system, your friends, your family, your normality of life. Remember that person only coming into your life to enhance it, not to make it. And when they
Absolutely.
start changing that and taking you away from your friends and family or support system, like you don't need them. Why you spending all that time with
Yeah,
them? Why you
that's a
gotta
big
talk?
part of it.
To yeah, that's a warning sign. And when they get aggressive or angry or elevated tone when you say, you know what? I think you missed that turn. We supposed to have turned right. And they act like you didn't just
Oh my
did the whole
God.
thing and they're yelling and screaming. Warning sign.
Those fits of rage. Yeah. That's a
Yes. Warning
mhm.
signs.
That's amazing. I know I want you to talk about the healing part, but a few things that I found to be, in this situation that I want to point out for people is
Mm-hmm.
some of the things where when they always talking bad about an ex, I'm gonna tell you right
Yeah.
there, nip that in the bud. I completely ignored. That was a sign that I always went by. I mean, a standard that I always went by. I ignored it. If a person
Mm-hmm.
is always have something negative to say about their ex while talking to you, just be done, because I promise you'll be the next person when
Yes.
something don't go their way. um
Mm-hmm.
they complain a lot. They are always complaining. Like, I don't care, the
Mm-hmm.
sun is beautiful this morning. Well, blah blah blah. And about, I'm like, how can you not
Yeah.
enjoy this? Oh my God, you don't find any greatness in anything.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They act like, I already said this, they act like nothing happened after an argument, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
They humiliate you, they degrade you. They have a lot of anger outbursts. You already talked about the love bombing. um One term that I did learn, which is such a true term, is called the dog whistle. And the
Mm-hmm.
dog whistle, that dog whistle is like only a whistle that the dogs can hear. And so when you're
Mm-hmm.
in front of people, they have this way of communicating with you without talking to you. And other people on the outside don't know what it is, but you've just been reprimanded, or you just been told like to shut up
Mm-hmm.
or sit down. They give you these looks, or they do these
Mm-hmm.
motions. You know what it is, but nobody else knows. And so people are like, dang, what just happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, what just happened?
Right.
But you don't
Exactly.
say
Yes.
anything because, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to hear about
Yeah.
this when we leave here, you know.
Right.
Um, and if you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, the person in the beginning is typically just doesn't even exist. They typically mirror some of the people that they want to kind of bring in. Like, that person don't exist. And that was the hardest part for me to kind of separate, because I was thinking like, well, in the beginning, and then like,
Yeah.
that person never existed. And I think once you figure out that
Right.
that person never existed, it is so much easier to let go, because
And that's yes, that's the so far so good. Like, oh, so far it's going really good. And
mhm.
all you're thinking is, if we can get back to that so far so good.
And that's what you try to fight for.
Yes, yes. Like, let's get back to it. But not recognizing your present moment, not recognizing the
Mm,
reality of your current relationship. It
mm,
evolves, it grows. And I always say, especially when you're dating,
mm-hmm.
it's collecting information. And you
It
might
is.
learn a little bit more in 6 months that you knew in 3 months. And if
Right.
you learn in 6 months ain't good for you, peace
Let it
out.
go.
Because I learned something else.
Y'all heard it here. Like, don't try to hold on to these things for image. Just trying to finally
Mhm.
say, look, it's my turn. I finally got something. It's not
Mhm.
worth it. Vern, a lot of uncensored rap help with healing. Man, let me tell you, no, I can't listen to none of that stuff right now, because you don't even know the level I'm on at that. Well, was on. I'll say was on,
Right.
because I'm
Was
not there
wrong.
anymore. It's a book about how the body keeps scores.
Oh, very good book.
Okay.
Very good by Vander. I got it right here on my bookshelf. It's a really,
Okay.
really good book. Uh,
I'm gonna post that too. I'm so glad God got you out of that situation. Thank
mhm.
you. I am too. Boundaries are everything.
Mhm.
This is a great podcast, ladies. Oh wait, I may not rage, but let me make my turn. I'm the driver. Laughing out loud. I don't know what Vern meant by
But you know
that.
what Vern just said was basically, the narcissistic has the power in the relationship. And when the
Mm-hmm.
power gets shifted and the person gets the power back, they are trying to figure out how to get that power back. And it's up
Mm.
to you to hold on to that power. Don't let it go.
Oh.
That might mean, because even when you break up with a narcissistic, they gonna come back and get you because they have to have the power to say, I broke up with you. Right?
Exactly.
So they don't come back and get you. But you hold on to that power. If that means you gotta block everything, don't be trying to be friends with no narcissist.
Don't.
Don't be trying to be
Please
like,
don't.
we just gonna be friends. Cut it off completely. No social media, no mutual friends, no
Deleting
nothing.
family, deleting all of it. I deleted it all.
Everybody, don't stay connected because all they're looking for is to get their power back to hurt you again.
Isn't that is some sick twisted stuff. It's like, don't try to make red flags green at the expense of your peace
Yes,
that you will never have in a relationship that's not for you. That is so true,
absolutely,
Paige.
absolutely,
Um
absolutely.
Basically the best thing to do is date a bear. I mean, you might have better luck with a bear compared to a narcissist. I'm not even trying to be funny, but I mean, real talk. Help the bear. Help the bear.
Yes,
Glad to
yes,
hear you tell your truth to help others. Thank you. I like what you just said.
yes.
Yes, she made a very good point. I try to do this because, for one, I'm not the only person dealing with this. I'm not
Not
the
at
only
all.
person behind closed doors wear masks. It's so many people that wear masks to try to keep up the image. And what I'm trying to say, people decide to make their relationships work. That is great. But I'm talking about people who are being abused and you're still trying to keep up this facade, but you are dying on the inside. And that's why I
Mhm.
posted, I'm healing out loud, because I nearly died in
That's
silence.
right. That's right.
And it literally was like that. And the tripped out part is, so many things have kind of come back to me about what was said. But at this point, whatever you say to help you sleep better at night, you go tell the world and stand on the tallest mountaintop and tell it. I
Mhm.
really don't
Mhm.
care. I'm moving on, and I'm
Mhm.
moving on in peace. And I appreciate the people who, and when
That's
I say
right.
came to my rescue, God came to my rescue, but the people that He sent
Absolutely.
on my path, I'm telling y'all,
Mhm.
it was unreal how some of this stuff unfolded. The day that I was making the decision, when I finally said I'm done,
Mhm.
I got a text out of the blue that said, "Peace will come when you make the decision." From a person who
Wow.
don't talk to me. Do y'all hear me? When
Wow.
I tell y'all, well, they talk to me, but not on that. They didn't talk
Level.
to me on that level. So they
Mhm.
knew of they didn't know about that situation, is what I'm saying. Let me put it like
Absolutely.
that.
Mhm.
So when God is sending you these alarms and He's like blaring these sirens, I mean, take heed to Him. One thing I will not, a person that don't want you and they tell you they don't want you, be done. Be
Yes.
done with that. Whether they try to say I was being mad, I was just mad when I said that. No, you gonna eat
Yes.
those words,
Yes.
because that's me. That's mean. It's mean spirited, and I'm not about to keep allowing you to play with my
That's
mental.
right. Exactly.
So, Patsy, I know that we at the 53 mark, and you wanted to talk about some of the healing part.
Yes.
So, I want people to at least get in on that part without
Uh,
before we hang up.
So definitely with the healing perspective of it, rebuild relationship with your support system.
Yes.
You have to be kind to yourself. A lot of times we're so embarrassed for the
Mm-hmm.
decisions we made and the pushes people we pushed away that were our support system, that we live in pain alone, which draws back to that narcissistic. Don't be
Right.
so embarrassed. Be kind and merciful to yourself to embrace your support system. Don't let that
Yeah.
guilt and shame take you away from going to your support system, because what technically, I always say, being kind to yourself is when you find out what you find out, where it's at,
Yes.
take it in that moment. Because you don't
Mm-hmm.
know what you knew a year in a relationship that you didn't know that in two months. So you
No.
made the decision at 2 months on what you knew in 2 months.
Right.
So what you know
Absolutely.
now, you made that decision. So be kind to yourself. Embrace and rebuild those relationships, which is your support system, and that your support system help to empower you, help to
Yes.
build you up, and don't move forward as far as
Mm-hmm.
finding out, because you're a new person now. You're
Yes,
not the same
definitely.
Sheila that started that relationship.
Absolutely
So
not.
reconnect who you are today. And don't say it was wasting time. Say, what did I learn?
Mm,
How did
that's
I
good.
grow? Where can I take this from to the next? If it's not a next relationship, how do I take this as a learning experience in life?
Mm-hmm.
And next, how can I help somebody else with that?
And
That's
that's
all part of your healing.
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And talking about it too, and I'm not talking about it where you are just constantly like, and so
Yeah,
let me tell you again,
yeah.
grab a
Hmm.
beer so we can talk about this. And I'm
Right.
not talking about that. I'm talking about talking it out, finding out, like I came to
Yeah,
Patsy and I'm like, Patsy, I need to know, what did I do? Why did I draw this to me? That's the important part, is trying to heal what's
yeah,
happening on the inside of you so that you don't have to face these things again,
yeah.
or recognize them when
Hmm.
it tries to come up again. um
Yeah.
I really appreciate what were you about to say something? Go ahead.
Yes, I want to say, when you said you was trying to understand this, I can't understand the mind of a criminal because I'm not a criminal.
Mm,
You can't understand the mind of a narcissistic because you're not a narcissistic.
right.
All you have to do is accept them for who they are and not let it destroy your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's real because I'm never going to understand that,
Nope.
because sometimes things come to my mind and I'm just like, do you know how much work you got to put in to just be
Yes.
deceptive, to be fraudulent, to be a con
Manipulative.
artist,
Mm-hmm.
to be an
Mm-hmm.
imposter? Like, that's a lot of work.
Yes.
But I just, like you said, I do want the part of the healing part to help people. Your real support system will not leave you. You've known each other,
Mm-hmm.
trust each other for real. No, that is
That's
the
right.
real truth.
That's
And
really it.
God literally sent some people down my path who I had absolutely never thought this would be a person that I would talk to. Like,
Mm.
he literally brought people to me. And when I say God brings people to you, when he's trying to get you out
Oh,
of a situation, what were you
can
about to
I say
say?
one more thing?
Yes.
While you're in the process of your healing, your vulnerability, please do not get in a relationship, because you're beginning a relationship from a very vulnerable point and not a
Yes.
heal whole point.
I
So just
agree.
continue to focus on yourself in that process.
I completely agree. Because for the first time in life, y'all, I've been telling people no. Like, they like, you want to go?
Yeah.
No. Because I don't,
Boundaries.
no, I'm good. And it is a good place, but I know mentally I'm not ready. And most of the time,
Yes,
people, that old
exactly.
saying, to get over somebody, you got to get under somebody.
Get
And
under somebody. Yeah.
I don't
Mm-mm.
believe in that.
No, that just causes more drama.
Absolutely.
But yes, boundaries, 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 boundaries. If y'all don't remember anything else, identify your boundaries and definitely make sure everybody respects your boundaries.
Absolutely. Thank you, Patsy, for coming on. We appreciate y'all. Guys, share the podcast. If you know somebody who is going through this, because we kind of all may know somebody, and maybe not the extent of the person may be a narcissist, but they might be suffering in a relationship.
That's right.
Share the information. And then talk to people and just be there for them when they talk to you. Because I thank God for the people who picked up the phone. I don't call a lot of people, so they know if my number shows up, I'm calling for something for real.
Right.
But you guys have the most amazing Sunday. And thank you, Patsy, again for coming on and talking to us.
And thank you for your vulnerability.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Yes.
See you next
Bye.
Sunday. Well, I won't see you guys next Sunday, but I'll see you when I see you. All right. Bye, guys.